one of my least favorite people I've ever read about. So happy that I now know these characters. Welcome to everything that I've read in June. I'm already reading a book, so let's just like get right into it. I'm currently reading Phoebe Berman's Gonna Lose It. I am loving this book. If you guys haven't heard about this, you need to go look it up. You need to go purchase it. Phoebe is our female main character, and she is so real, you guys. She has a lot of anxiety, a lot of intimacy anxiety. She's almost 30, and she doesn't have a lot of experience in relationships, I guess you could say. But she's a hopeless romantic. She loves to read a good romance book, and she's a girl after my own heart. Like, I just love her so much. It has been so fun to just like get to know her character, and I'm really excited to keep going and see kind of what happens to our girl. So I'm gonna give you guys an update when I finish. I just finished Phoebe Berman's Gonna Lose It, and I can't stop smiling. My face is stuck like this. I really thoroughly enjoyed this book, and I love Phoebe. She might be one of my like new favorite female characters in a book. I just adore her. I loved every side character in this book. I loved all of the men. Like, I don't know, like, I loved all the men. When does that ever happen? When are there 3 love interests and I end the book still loving them all? Like, what? I loved how involved her therapist was in this book. I loved how involved like her friends were in her life. I loved how much we saw her grow and change, and like, she is just a normal, real person. Everybody has something going on in their mind, and she has a lot of things going on in her mind, and it was just so refreshing to like hear her talk about it and just kind of like find community and knowing that like everybody has something going on. I like don't know, I kind of want to give this 5 stars. I so enjoyed this book. It feels like everything that's fun about like rom-coms from the 2000s is like this book. Like, the whole time I was reading it, I just kept thinking that this feels like what those movies make me feel like. And for that, thank you, Brooke. I am like your biggest fan. This was such a fun read. I have nothing but amazing things to say. I can't stop smiling. So you guys will know on the screen what I've picked. It just like takes me a minute. I just finished it, so I really need to think about it. We need to pick my next read. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of time. So I'll just see you guys when I've picked my next book. There's a huge bee right beside me. Oh, anyways, I brought My Magnolia Summer with me to start because it takes place in Sullivan's Island, and that's where I am right now. And then I put several of my summer TBR books on my like Libby holds list, and If You've Been With Me came off, so I went ahead and downloaded that to my Kindle. So I started both of them. I'm gonna be honest, My Magnolia Summer is kind of meh so far. I'm literally like 3 chapters in. It just feels like a lot of telling me things, and it's just very like, she is here, she's doing this now she's doing this. This person did this. And I'm like, okay, let's get to more dialogue. Let's get to more like of the storyline. If He Had Been With Me is much easier to get into. The chapters are so short, and it's a lot of like interesting background, I guess, which that book just has a lot more like mystery of like what happened kind of going on with it. So that's my update. So I was reading on the plane this morning, and I hate my book. I have to stop reading it. I'm DNFing it. And I never DNF books. Like, I try so hard to just stick it out, but I can't do it. I got to like the 50% mark, and I was in the middle of a chapter, and it was just getting to the point where I couldn't go on. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't like the characters. Can't get behind anybody. I feel like they're switching up all the time. It's a lot of like telling. Like, when people say, oh, the book is like doing a lot of telling, I never know what that means. Now I know what that means. It's like all she's doing is just telling me things. I'm not like getting a story, and I just can't get behind it. So I'm DNFing that, and we're gonna start Dolly All the Time tomorrow. I'm about to go to bed because I'm really tired, so hopefully this will be better. I think it will. I have high hopes, so I'll catch up with you guys when I have a little bit more knowledge. Hello guys, I haven't talked to you about my book at all since I've been reading it and like on my trip, so I thought we could talk about it. I am like nearing the end and I am obsessed. Like, dare I say, I'm going to be an Annabelle Monaghan fan. I love this book. I love Dolly. I love Stuart. I almost called him Steve. Stuart. Love them both. Love the place that we're in. She is such a good female main character and he is an amazing male main character, and I just love them so dearly. This book is all like fake dating trope, which I love so much, and I'm just obsessed with them and their chemistry. It's so good. So loving this. I can't wait to finish it and tell you guys what I'm thinking, but like 5-star feels for sure. Hello you guys. So I finished Dolly All the Time yesterday and I'm like trying to figure out what I'm gonna rate it, because honestly it gave me 5-star feelings. Like, I loved every second of it, but the ending just like didn't do it for me. So I'm like kind of stuck between like 5 stars or 4.5 stars. I don't really know. I'll have on the screen whenever I like end up deciding. I'm trying to give myself a little bit more time, because if I'm like constantly thinking about it and whatever, then it's definitely 5 stars, but I don't know yet. But it was so cute. I loved Dolly. I loved all the characters, to be honest. I really loved the scenes just like in the middle of them together, like her and Stuart. I wish I could have read 3 books of just that. Like, they were just so sweet. And I know it's not like found family, but just like the way that their families bonded and like connected, so good. You guys are gonna get a lot of book updates from this little corner, but I finished Atmosphere yesterday, or 2 days ago, and you guys, the hype is worth it. Like, truthfully, the hype about this book, it definitely is well deserved. I ended up giving this book 4.5 stars, which is what I literally gave my last book. And I do want to say I loved this book a lot. Like, everything about it was super interesting. I loved the whole like astronauts. I loved that we're in the 80s. I loved the romance. It was so sweet. And like most aspects of this book I loved, but for some reason it took me so long to read it. I don't know why. Like, I never felt like I didn't want to read. Like, I wanted to pick it up and I wanted to keep going, but I just feel like it took me forever to get through. Like, I would sit and read and then I would stop and I felt like I made no progress. And that's the only thing I have against it. Like, I don't know what it was about it, but I just felt like I wasn't making that much progress. Loved Joan. Hated her sister. Like, I despise that woman so much. Like, one of my least favorite people I've ever read about is her sister Barbara. I love the found family aspect in this book. I really liked that we kind of got glimpses into like what it was like to be a woman in the 80s working in NASA. Like, obviously that was such a different time than it is now, and like women getting into those big organizations and like doing jobs that people just thought that they couldn't do and couldn't handle, which I hate. But I really enjoyed the way she told the story. I really liked Joan. She was like such a character to root for. I always wanted what was best for her, and I wish she would have like stuck up for herself more in a lot of instances, but really enjoyed it. Definitely recommend reading it. Up to you guys on my current read. So I'm reading Beach Read. I am about 146 pages in. I love Emily Henry. This is the only book of hers that I haven't read, and I feel like a lot of people love this book. I love Happy Place the most, and I think a lot of people that like that one also like Beach Read a lot. So I'm really enjoying it. I like January. I like Gus. It's like kind of fake dating, not really, kind of enemies to lovers. I don't know, like, it's very small portions of those tropes, but I love those 2 tropes a lot. And forced proximity. Honestly, my top favorite 3 tropes. Like, number 1, fake dating. Number 2, forced proximity. Number 3, enemies to lovers. Oh, and then like Grumpy Sunshine. I'm not far enough in to have like any other big thoughts, but I'm gonna up to you guys obviously the farther I get in. I had a lot of expectations, high ones, going into this book. I've heard a lot about these characters. I already knew that the female main character's name was January, because again, I've like seen it everywhere. And I love Emily so much, and let me just say, she exceeded my expectations yet again. I am so happy that I now know these characters. I am in love with them. I love Gus. I love January. The only part of this book, actually, hold up, let me give you a little bit more background. So this is about 2 different authors. We follow January, our female main character, and she has a lot of family things go on. I don't think it tells you on the back, so I'm not gonna say. But she has some things happen that kind of change her life a bit, and she's very much a like happy ever after kind of girl, has a very like, I don't want to say fairy tale life because she doesn't, but like she does have a lot of optimism, and that kind of helps her as a romance writer. And something kind of happened in her life that caused her to get in a writer's block, and she's like, I can't even think about writing romance right now because I'm just not feeling it. And our male main character is Gus, or Augustus, and he is another writer. He writes fiction novels, and they were like rivals in college. They went to college together, and they were in a lot of classes together. They critiqued each other's work a lot, and they found themselves in neighboring houses, and they spark up a little bit of a bond, and they decide they're gonna try to write the other person's genre for the summer and see who can do it better. And so to do that, they give each other like little lessons in their genres. So like January will take him on more romancy things, and then he's taking them and following this like other plot line that was so interesting. Again, I don't want to get like too deep into things. I don't want to really spoil anything, but the whole plot line that has to do with like what you're doing with Gus while he's working on his like book is so interesting. And like one thing that I watch a lot of documentaries about, I don't know why, so it was really cool to get to like kind of read that in a book. I was not expecting that. Let me just say, I would read any of the books that these 2 characters wrote, like the ones they wrote in the book, especially the one January ended up writing. I would so read that. It sounds so interesting. I gave this book 5 stars. It was so good. Like seriously, I knew that I was probably gonna give it 5 stars. Again, I just love Emily Henry. I love what she writes, and these 2 characters and the things that January goes through, like I literally can't shut up about how much I love this. The things that January goes through, and like how she comes out of it, and like how it changes her almost like fundamentally, is just so good. Like it was just so beautiful to read about, and I've never gone through what she goes through, and I hope I don't have to, but like it was just so nice to read her kind of coming to terms with things, and like I don't want to say growing up, but like she had to have a lot of really hard conversations in this book, and I was very proud of her. There were moments when I wanted to shake her and be like, girl, stop overthinking everything. Like especially with Gus, she would overthink things so bad to the point where I was like, oh my god, you're pulling yourself down a rabbit hole. But then I had to step back and be like, no, because I do that. I'm such a bad overthinker. So for that, I understand her and I love her, and 5 stars. Definitely recommend this book, especially for the summer, because it's a beach read. Okay, let's get into what I think I'm gonna pick up next. The top of my list right now is Strangers. I have, again, heard lots of things about this book. It seems like a book I would enjoy. I love books about women. I love books, yeah. I guess that's it. I just like books like this. I think it's gonna be interesting. It is a memoir, so this is gonna be interesting. I've heard a lot of people say that you should read this book as a woman who will possibly get married one day. So hopefully that's gonna be good. So I've been just sitting here reading this book. I started yesterday, but I didn't read that many pages. And I'm officially on page 100. So I'm in part 3 of this book. I don't know how many parts there are. I'm gonna guess like 5 or 6 probably. And I wanted to chat about it before I go any further. First of all, I just realized that in my making my summer TBR video, I called this a fiction book. It's not. A memoir is nonfiction. I don't know why I thought it was fiction. I didn't know it was a memoir, to be honest. I just for some reason thought it was a fiction book. It's obviously not. I know that now. So far it's been interesting. We're just kind of getting her background. She kind of starts off by talking about the actual split between her and her husband, kind of like what happened those days, like the day it happened, the days kind of after. And then we go back and we're learning more about her and her husband's past, how they met, more about like their family life. So I think we're officially back to when they actually split up. Like I think we've gotten all the backstory up until then, and then obviously at the beginning was that kind of part. So I'm intrigued to just kind of see what it looks like after they split up. Like feels weird to critique a memoir because it's her legitimate life story and like she's telling things that actually happened. So that's kind of all I have to share right now. I'm excited to kind of get through it more. So that's my update. I'll see you guys when I have something else to share. I've officially finished Strangers, so I'm here to give you guys all my thoughts on how I felt about this book. I didn't actually rate this book. It feels weird to rate a memoir. Like, obviously I can rate it on like if it's a good read, like it was written really well, but like you can't really critique the story because it's like a real story. So I can't really like say much about it. This book is broken up into 5 parts. So the first part is talking about the day her husband actually leaves. Again, I'm not spoiling anything. It like says this on the front little flap, but that's what the first section is about. The second section is about Belle. It is background on her and kind of background on her husband. It's more background on like her life and then how they met, and like you get a little bit of background on him, and it's everything kind of leading up to the day that he left. And then the third and fourth parts are all of like the aftermath after he leaves, like what she goes through, what her family goes through, a lot of the more legal aspects of it, and like their actual separation. And then the final part is more about her writing about this and kind of her writing her book, but just like writing in general, like getting back into that. I think it's an interesting read. I'm glad to say that I've read it, but I don't know if I would tell everybody to read this book. If you're interested in a story like this, then read it. If you're not, then don't go out of your way to read it, if that makes sense. So even though I didn't read it, I did enjoy it. It was good. I read it pretty quickly, and we can check that off the TBR. So it's currently the last day of June. I am reading another book. Let me show you. I started Fourth Wing 2 days ago, I think, and I'm already over halfway done. This book is so good, but I'm saving all of my thoughts for the July video because I don't think I'm gonna finish this today, so it's not gonna be like a June read. But if you want to see my thoughts on Fourth Wing, definitely go check out the June video. I'm gonna give you a little like sneak peek. I have been tabbing. There's like not that many, but I have a couple little tabs in here and I never do that, so that's how you know I'm enjoying it. That is all for my June reading. I read so much this month. I read 5 books, 6 if you consider My Magnolia Summer, even though I DNF'd it. So I am very proud of myself and pleased with all the reading that I did, and I can't wait to see how much we read next month. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I will see you in the next one. Love ya. Bye.